Okay. The wait is finally over. I know you've been waiting forever for this, so I'm gonna get this really quickly. The Embody Headrest. Everyone's been talking about it for a long time. Some people wink longer than others. We've been only talking about it for at least 6 to 7 months, and now we're starting to finally get our final prototypes, and we're almost done with the molding process. We're gonna finally start taking pre-orders, and we're gonna give you an amazing price that no one can beat. And when we mean no one, we mean no one. So we're gonna start talking about the prototype that we have here. We're gonna have some people that are gonna be reviewing it very shortly. But in the meanwhile, we wanna start giving you a deep dive of the features of the headrest that we have right here. So without further ado, the OfficeLogix Embody Headrest. Okay, first we want to mention we wanted it to immaculately and perfectly match the aesthetic of the beautiful Embody. So to do that, we replicated the look of the spine of the Embody. As you can see, it mimics the same contouring effects of the spine of the Embody. So it looks like as if it's continuing it. Furthermore, some of the prototypes that are out there and designs that we saw from other proposed competitors was to make a spine that completely covers this upper portion. And therefore, you lose some important elements. Particularly for us, what was important is that the Herman Miller logo is not covered up. So we tried to make sure that that still is preserved. And so we made this opening right here for the Herman Miller Embody logo to show. Furthermore, we even enlarged it even further so that the tag on the Embody Logitech version would also extend out and would also be visibly shown, which, as we know, it's one of the small features that are different between the regular Embody and the Logitech Embody. Another thing I wanted to point out to you guys in terms of us making this an aesthetically matching and completely integrated look with the Embody is also, you'll notice that the knob on the bottom pivot point also will resemble exactly the shape and look of the knob for the adjustable lumbar. So if you notice that, you'll see that there's a complete harmony and integration of the aesthetics of this as well. In addition to the back plates mimicking the pattern of the back plates of the Embody, and then the dome on the back extending further and reaching over like the back of the Embody as well. If you go to the way that this is installed, there's an integrated block that's hidden in here and actually perfectly fits into the spine cavity of the Embody spine, and then is secured by a bolt that goes all the way across. Therefore, there is absolutely zero opportunity for vertical play or even horizontal play. Another concern of ours was when we were making this Embody headrest, and in the design process, we were concerned with the X-axis play. And in order to resolve that, we decided that the best motion forward is to put a hook. And to increase the durability of that hook, we made it out of actually a metal material. And that metal material is very thin, so that arose another concern, which was the potential wear on the fabric of the Embody onto the upper top part of the chair. Even though there's no movement, there's a potential. So eliminate even the smallest potential of that wear and tear on the upper fabric, we made a rubber protective layer that would completely encapsulate that hook. Now onto the functional aspects of the chair, the movements. We have, again, like some of our other headrests, 2 points of pivots and adjustments. And the upper adjustment not only pivots, but it also is a locking mechanism for the vertical axis in and of itself. So to loosen them, you simply twist these knobs, and then that allows the pivoting function, and then also allows for the vertical movements. Once you have it at the appropriate height, you will then pivot it to the appropriate angle that you want and then lock that in, and then adjust the lower pivot. The lower pivot also extends it. So these 2 points of adjustment and pivot allows an extremely wide range of angles that you can adjust your headrest. And that is unparalleled compared to any of our other competitors. So after you've tightened it, you now have the appropriate angle of the top, appropriate angle of the bottom, pivot points, and the appropriate height. You can now start to begin to sit on it. And then for a bonus for us, the gamers that are out there, we put this hook. And when we first introduced this hook, we received some feedback from the gaming community that asked for it to be a little bit wider than what it originally was. And so we did that and listened to you guys, and we have a widened hook so that not only can you put your jacket or your purse or your satchel, but you can also put your headphones on there. So after you're done gaming, throw them on here and you're good to go. And then when you're not using it, just fold it up, perfectly integrated, flat and smooth with the plane of the rest of the headrest. We're super excited to introduce this headrest to you guys, and we can't wait for you guys to have it in your hands and start enjoying it and giving us all your input. Thanks a lot, guys.